Most men think the deepest wound is betrayal. It's not. The real pain is kissing lips that just kissed another man, holding a body that no longer belongs to you, and living blind to the truth. Men tell themselves her distance is just stress, routine, or the passage of time. But reality is sharper. Women rarely admit it, but they always show it. And when you fail to see the signals, you become the silent accomplice in your own downfall. That's why today I'm going to reveal 8 undeniable signs that a woman has given herself to someone else. Signs too many men ignore until their pride is already buried. And the final one? That's the one no woman can hide, no matter how hard she tries. The first sign is quiet, but deadly. It doesn't come through words. It comes through her body. Number 1, the cold silence of her body. There's a kind of silence deeper than words, the silence of her touch. If you've been with a woman long enough, you know the difference. You know when her kiss carries warmth, when her hand lingers, when her body leans into yours without being asked. And you know when that energy vanishes. This sign doesn't scream, it whispers. You lean in and she subtly turns away. You reach out in bed and her body tenses instead of melting. She tells you she's tired, but her indifference feels heavier than fatigue. Tiredness recovers with rest. Indifference does not. Here's the truth men avoid. A woman fulfilled by another man doesn't come home hungry. She comes back satisfied, and there is no space left for you. Trying to reignite desire that has already burned out elsewhere is like striking matches against cold, wet wood. Nothing catches. The mistake men make is denial. You convince yourself this is just stress, just aging, just routine. No, attraction doesn't fade with time. It shifts when it finds another source. And once you feel that silence in her body, the next stage will show up in her habits. Number 2, the cleansing ritual. When a woman comes back from another man's arms, she doesn't carry his scent to your door. She erases it first. Too long in the shower. A sudden change of perfume. Clothes swapped without reason. Underwear that doesn't match the rhythm of the day. On the surface, it looks like care. But it's more than that. It's concealment. This is what I call the erasing ritual. She isn't just cleaning her skin. She's scrubbing her conscience. You tell yourself she just wants to feel fresh. You even applaud her for taking better care of herself. But the reality is written in the shift. A woman who never rushed to the bathroom suddenly bolts the second she comes home. She guards her laundry like it's classified. This isn't about every shower being suspicious. It's about change. When her rhythms break from who she always was with you, pay attention. Because guilt doesn't just wash off with soap. It leaks out into her emotions, and that's where the next sign reveals itself. Number 3, the blame game. When guilt grows too heavy, she doesn't confess. She transfers it. Suddenly you're the problem. The dishwasher is wrong. Your words are wrong. Your silence is wrong. Nothing you do measures up. This isn't random irritation, it's strategy. If she paints you as the villain, she doesn't have to feel like the betrayer. She rewrites the story in her head. In her version, she didn't cheat out of desire. She cheated because you were inattentive, boring, or controlling. This is projection, and the trap most men fall into is defending themselves. You argue. You explain. You try to fix her anger with logic. But you can't out-reason guilt. Every word you offer just fuels her story. The move isn't to fight for innocence. The move is to reclaim your dignity. Don't match her irritation. Don't debate. Look her in the eye and calmly say, "You don't need to fight me to justify what you've already decided." Then step back. That one act shifts the ground. When you refuse to play the role she's written for you, the weight of her guilt lands back where it belongs, on her. But projection is only one mask. The body itself tells a truth that no excuse can cover. Number 4, the body doesn't lie. Excuses can be rehearsed. Stories can be polished. But the body cannot be scripted. You know her. You know her rhythms, her energy, her touch. That's why when it shifts, you feel it, whether you admit it or not. Maybe she's tense where she used to relax. Maybe she's unusually responsive or disturbingly detached. Either way, it's not random. Men sabotage themselves by pretending not to notice. You tell yourself it's hormones, stress, fatigue. But when the change is sharp and sudden, you know it's something else. And here's the cruel truth. Pretending not to notice doesn't save the relationship. It only saves your denial. A body that has been with another man carries an imprint. Maybe invisible, but never unfelt. Don't drown your intuition. Don't overcompensate with more affection, more patience, more effort. That only drains you further. If her presence feels gone, observe it. Don't beg. Don't accuse. Just see it clearly. Because once you stop lying to yourself, you stop bleeding for someone who already left you in spirit. But sometimes guilt doesn't make her cold. Sometimes it makes her overly warm. And that shift is even more dangerous. Number 5, excessive affection. Not all betrayal looks distant. Sometimes it comes wrapped in sweetness. Suddenly she's kissing you more, hugging you tighter, whispering, "I love you," with watery eyes, and your heart wants to believe she's coming back. But she isn't. This isn't love. It's guilt. She isn't trying to reconnect with you. She's trying to quiet her conscience. Cooking for you, holding your hand, smiling brighter than usual, it's theater. And men mistake it for redemption. You drop your guard, thinking it's a second chance. In reality, you've just become her comfort toy, the man she clings to while her passion burns somewhere else. Don't reward guilty affection. Don't let her cleanse her betrayal with your embrace. Love doesn't need theater. Real affection doesn't arrive only after unexplained absences. If it feels rehearsed, it probably is. And once you stop pretending, you'll see what comes next. Because eventually her body might still be with you, but her spirit drifts far away. Number 6, emotional absence in intimacy. There's a difference between a body beside you and a soul with you. And once you've felt that difference, it's impossible to forget it. She still touches you. She still moves. She still plays the part. But her eyes are empty. Her energy isn't aligned. Her mind is elsewhere. You can feel it, the ghost of another man sitting between you. This isn't intimacy. It's theater. And the lie men tell themselves is, she's just tired. She's just stressed. But tiredness still allows presence. Stress still allows connection. This is absence. And the worst mistake you can make is pushing harder, more affection, more patience, more effort. The more you give, the less she invests. Because her fire isn't missing. It's burning somewhere else. The only strength here is clarity. Don't beg for a spirit that has already left you. Don't mistake participation for passion. Recognize the truth. When her soul isn't there, you're not making love. You're covering up her absence. And once her absence becomes normal, the next step arrives. She doesn't just drift emotionally, she starts drifting physically too. Number 7, the late returns. When a woman still wants you, she finds her way back to you, no matter how busy life is. When she doesn't, the clock suddenly turns against you. She's late. Again and again. And the excuses grow thinner each time. Work. Dead phone. A friend who needed her. At first you want to believe. But when lateness becomes a pattern, it isn't about life's chaos. It's about where her priority lies, and it's no longer with you. Lateness is more than missed hours. It's a test. She's watching how much you'll tolerate. Every time you swallow the sting, every time you avoid speaking up because you don't want to look insecure, you train her to treat you as optional. The solution isn't yelling or begging. It's boundaries. When she returns late with another empty excuse, don't interrogate. Don't demand details. Look her in the eye and let the silence speak. You weren't here. That tells me everything. Patterns tell the truth. Excuses only waste time. And once her patterns show she's no longer returning to you, it's because she's already returning to someone else. And at that point, her story itself begins to unravel. Number 8. The collapse of her story. Stories are fragile. They can be rehearsed, polished, repeated. But the moment pressure builds, cracks appear. She comes home late. One night she says it was a co-worker. The next it was an errand. Details shift. Tone doesn't match. Her eyes can't hold yours anymore. They dart, they drop, they flicker. That's not stress. That's deception buckling under its own weight. And make one mistake here, waiting for undeniable proof. A receipt, a photo, a confession. But truth doesn't always come with evidence. It comes in contradictions, in timelines that don't add up, in the silence between her words. You don't need to play detective. You don't need a courtroom trial. You already know. And when her story collapses, you don't argue with it. You don't demand she makes it make sense. You simply recognize, I don't believe you, and I don't need to anymore. That moment isn't about her. It's about you. It's the moment you stop chasing lies and reclaim your dignity. These 8 signs aren't about turning you into a paranoid investigator. They're about opening your eyes. Because the worst betrayal isn't what she does in secret. It's what you allow yourself to ignore in plain sight. The purpose isn't to trap her. It's to free you. To help you stop wasting time on someone who already left, and to remind you that love is never worth more than your self-respect. Not every sign means she's guilty. Stress, exhaustion, and distance can appear in any long relationship. That's why your role isn't to accuse, but to test, to observe, to confront reality with clarity. If the connection can be repaired, repair it. But if the signs pile up and your gut already knows, then the most masculine act is walking away with your dignity intact. Because real strength isn't in holding on at any cost. It's in letting go before you lose yourself. And if you found truth in these words, subscribe to the channel.